Mr. Master of Ceremonies, our esteemed guests of honor, all the distinguished ladies and gentlemen at the head table, ladies and gentlemen, it is quite obvious that you're all having a good time. And it is my wish that you will continue to do so. From the laughter and the smiles on your faces, there is no doubt whatsoever that we're having fun. And I said to myself while I was sitting down there, just musing, how else could one spend a Sunday evening like this? I haven't seen some of my friends here for months, years maybe. And I'm looking at all of them, talking to them. It is really marvelous. But my first job this evening is to thank Althea, Darrell, Denise and Ian for inviting Essine and myself to come and share with you in this function organized to honor your parents, Edna and Bert. Naturally, I would have been happier if I didn't have to come up here. Then I could sit there, have my meal, much more than I can consume, have my drinks, and then go home, and tomorrow being a public holiday, sleep it off. But this is not to be. My friends at the back there, Henry Hall, Vinroy White, and Fred Hudson, have all warned me. They have said, cut whatever you have to say, because the night is getting on. And I hear cheers coming from around there. But then one of the wives, I won't name her, said, shut up. Tomorrow is holiday. So you boys, the warning is off. Let me congratulate Edna and Bert for staying the course. "50 years is indeed a long time for two people to live together in harmony as man and wife. But I think Bert deserves special congratulations for remaining under the same management for 50 years.
You say mismanagement.
But I'm not at all surprised that he has done it. Bert is a smart man, and I can tell you that he's a smart man. I know him. From early in the marriage, Bert realized that if this thing was going to last, if he was going to survive, he had to give Edna a lot of loving and try not to understand her at all. As usual, ladies and gentlemen, Bert has done an excellent job. According to Caleb, Bert played cricket in England. Do not ask me at what level he played. The fact is, he played cricket and no doubt knew that balls pitched on the off stump, swinging away, should be left alone if one wanted to preserve one's wicket. And I'm sure Edna bowled a lot of those, especially in the early days. Talking about playing cricket, and you saw the video, if Caleb can be believed, he claims that he opened the batting and Bert and himself opened the bowling for the team on which they both played. Bert, he said, bowled a devilish outswinger. Can you believe this? We have come to associate pace bowling, fast bowling with you know Ghana, Ambrose, Holding, our own Walsh, you know those men. And then McGrath in Australia, Brett Lee, those men who do things. So, judge for yourself. Caleb said also that Bert was a swashbuckling number 6 batsman who would be called when the team was in trouble to get quick runs to deliver. And sitting at the table where 2 of his relatives are, his last brother and a cousin or nephew, a cousin, tried hard to convince me, and even Dr. Morgan, one who should know better, tried to convince me that all these things were true. And then they said the Coopers had a cricket ground in their yard and they lived on 2 chains of land. You know, a cricket, 2 chains of land, they lived on a house there and had a cricket ground. One good thing can be said about Bert, though. He knew that Jamaicans knew their cricket well, and that we could spot the cricketing novice a mile away. So he promptly gave up the game before he came back to Jamaica. One thing I can tell you, though, cricket didn't leave his blood. When we worked together in a certain place, Bert got the idea that he should produce a book entitled Playing Cricket the West Indies Way. Brian St. Just is here, and I have no doubt, if I know Caleb right, he will be asking Brian to say a few words, and he will tell you more about that. And there was Bert telling Garfield Sobers, Rohan Kanai, the wicketkeeper, Dujan, telling them what to do. And he was paying them. Strange thing. Rumor has it that Bert left Jamaica immediately after Hurricane Charlie in 1951, simply because he couldn't cope with the devastation. But Mr. Master of Ceremonies, what I'm about to say is no rumor.